Where do I even start? Ahsoka effing Tano. I'm just gonna say that. We got her in live action. I don't know what to say. Um, I, I'm truly at like a loss of words. If that makes any sense. Yeah, I don't. I mean, oof, man, it hasn't really even settled in yet. It doesn't feel real. Um, this character that I grew up with. Ahsoka is, I mean, I don't know. I think she's probably my favorite character. She's up there for my favorite character. It's only fitting that we build a Clone Wars set. Got another battle pack if you guys saw my Instagram post. Um, but yeah, I mean, I mean, if you were spoiled by the thumbnail, it's your fault. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be completely honest about it. That is not my fault that you got spoiled because I don't know what the heck you're clicking on a YouTube live stream for if you hadn't seen the I'm trying to get this thing out of there. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, that sounds like a you problem. But yeah, guys, I don't even know where to start. Well, I'm gonna open this up. Hopefully, get some people in here. Um, I, whew, so I did stay up for this episode. I stayed up till 2 a.m. my time. That's when I watched it. And I watched it with some friends, which was a pretty awesome experience. Doing that, and I did record my reaction to the episode, not to post anywhere, obviously, because it shows my face, but I just wanted to have it because I knew it would be a special moment and something I would never be able to um, experience again, at least in the way that I did. And so yeah, I mean, let's just start off. I'm gonna flash an image up here. So dude, we start off. I also apologize if that like the quality of that picture isn't great. Lucasfilm hasn't released high quality images. But dude, we start off in the forest. So the whole time when, obviously we knew she was going to be in this episode. We knew it. I wasn't ready for it, but we were and I had assumed going into it I would be like she would maybe come in, like 5 minutes in, 8 minutes in, something like that. Similar to how they did Bo-Katan. Like, they didn't just throw Bo-Katan at you. They kind of let you, figure out what's going on this planet, and then they were like, hey, here's Ahsoka. But we pan down to this planet. I'm like, what is happening? And my first thought when I saw that blaster fire was like, is this Moff Gideon? Like, what's happening here? But then dude, we see the lightsabers, and you guys should have seen my reaction. I might post it. I'll be honest, there were a few profanities in there. Not exactly family friendly like my usual content, but I mean, I don't know how I could have held myself back. Yeah. So she just appears. I mean, the costume looks amazing. It's Rosario Dawson. She did an incredible job. Great casting, honestly. I don't even know what to say, dude. Like, it's just crazy to look at this picture. Like, she's actually in live action, and like, it still doesn't feel real. And I'm like being honest about that. And people will say, "Oh, well, really? Like, it's obviously real." It does not feel real yet. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I had a busy day today, so I wasn't able to. Well, I had it on my list to watch it again, but I actually didn't get around to it. But she just destroys these guys. She starts talking, and that was awesome. Then we catch up with Mando. Mando goes down to the surface of this planet. He's looking for the Jedi. I think he goes into the town first, which I thought was interesting. I like the town. The town was pretty cool. I didn't really know what planet. I like the new planet. I thought that was cool. Then we then dude, this is so Mando basically they say, "Hey, she has this Beskar staff," which I thought was really cool. Um she has this whole Beskar staff and she basically oh, that's a different image. Um she says, "Hey, like what's up? I you, I'll give you this Beskar staff if you go kill this Jedi. And Mando obviously isn't gonna do it, but he's like, oh sure, yeah, I'll definitely go kill her. But he just wants to like meet up with her. But she thinks that he is coming after her, so she fights Mando for probably like 20 seconds, nothing crazy, and like doesn't kill him or anything. But Beskar is 100% uh 100% lightsaber resistant, which is amazing. Like that's so awesome. And so Mando's just taking hits. He burns her cloak, which was awesome. And then so we get that, and then he goes, "Hey, Bo-Katan sent me. Are you Ahsoka Tano?" And just hearing those two words, Ahsoka Tano and Bo-Katan, like oh man, little me back when I saw the Clone Wars. If you would have told me, "Hey man, like 10 or 12 years from now, you'll be sitting in your basement screaming your lungs out because Ahsoka Tano will be in live action." Like what? Like that I just it's literally hard for me to like fathom, and I still can't believe it, and I was just in utter shock the entire episode. And so they fight, then after that we get she sees Baby Yoda and she immediately is like, "Oh dude, like I I know who that is." She like immediately does that. Um, hold up, whoops. And then so she starts talking with Baby Yoda, which by the way, we finally have a name for Baby Yoda. What is it called? Hold up. Let me look it up. It's like Gorgu or Gorga, something like that. Grogu. So Grogu. And we learned that Baby Yoda was at the Jedi Temple during the Clone Wars. Like what? What? Like this can't be real, and it's just so insane to like. Yeah, man, it's still insane to hear that. And so obviously we see Ahsoka, and she's talking to Baby Yoda, and that whole just moment is just incredible, and the whole thing is just insane. Um, And so yeah, so we learned that somebody took Baby Yoda at the end of the Clone Wars, but I don't think they kidnapped him. I think they like saved him, and that is a very interesting thing I would like to learn more about because we obviously know Baby Yoda, was taken by someone, but we don't know who that person was. Like I've seen some theories. It could be like Jocasta Noon, which is the librarian. I could see that possibly being something. Or we could go something more like a Jedi Fallen Order route, where uh, a Jedi Knight, hid a bunch of younglings. But I mean, I wonder, like, has Baby Yoda ever interacted with the legit Yoda? Like, I mean, that's a whole nother thing we have to explore, and I do feel like flashbacks have got to be in play. I mean, I don't think this season, but I mean, obviously, eventually we're gonna have to see them. I think, right? Um, so that whole encounter is awesome, and they train a little bit, or basically she's like, hey, so like who? She's kind of like asking basically, um, who are you? I guess in a sense, she's trying to figure out who what am I talking about? I'm sorry, guys. I am literally at a loss for words, and I'm trying to figure out the stream and stuff. So, um, she doesn't say, "Who are you?" I don't know why I said that. She said she tries to like evaluate his powers. Does he still have the Force? Because he's been hiding the Force ever since the end of the Clone Wars. And basically, um, after after they talk for a while, um, so they do the Force, like I said, and Baby Yoda doesn't really do it with Ahsoka. He doesn't use the Force with Ahsoka, but then when Mando comes over, he starts using the Force, which makes Ahsoka be like, I can't train him, dude. He has too strong of a connection with you. And then we get the nod to Anakin Skywalker there, where she says, "I've known many people who have their attachments have led to horrible things," something along that line. and that was that was one of the moments where I was very close to tears in the episode. I was just thinking back, to the Clone Wars and all the amazing moments they've had between each other, and the fall of Anakin, and I get a little teary-eyed even right now just thinking about that because man, wow. Okay, moving on. um, wow. Uh, I just, oh man, I don't know what there is to say about this episode. There's literally so much. Another amazing thing about the episode is the score. We had the brilliant Ludwig Göransson, obviously scoring the entire season. He's done a great job, but he included Kevin Kiner's theme for Ahsoka, which man, that was just an amazing nod to Ahsoka and Kevin Kiner. He easily could have done his own theme, his own rendition of it, but he decided to honor what had come before, and I can't even imagine how proud Kevin Kiner feels at this moment. Finally, his amazing music is making it into live action. He is right up there with John Williams in my opinion. Uh, Obviously John Williams is the great. He is the greatest of the great, but you do have Kevin Kiner, which is he is just a next level musician. And yeah, so the music, like I said, is amazing. Then after that, we get guys, I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know why on earth my the live stream isn't pulling up in people's notifications. It's pretty upsetting. Hmm. Well, that's a bummer. So yeah, we don't really have anybody here, but also the stream might have crashed. I have no idea. This is I've been having a lot of issues with YouTube lately. Not too happy with them, to be honest. Or maybe it is working. I don't know. Okay, sorry guys. Then, okay, so moving on. After that, they go attack the city, and we get Ahsoka Tano just just destroying these dudes. These dudes have no frickin' chance against Ahsoka Tano. You really thought you could defeat one of the greatest Jedi's of all time? You really thought you could? You really did? Like that's funny. That's actually comedic that you thought you could defeat Ahsoka Tano. So Ahsoka's just destroying them. Uh, so this lady that we're talking to, she's trying to capture. Ahsoka's like, hey, where she's trying to figure out where her leader is, and so the whole time I wasn't really thinking about it too much, but in the back of my head I was like, who is her leader? Is it like Moff Gideon? And I was just kind of it wasn't the main thing I was thinking about, but it was definitely like on my mind, like, I wonder who it is. Um, and so Ahsoka, one thing that I loved, amazing nod, was this right here, this emotion, having the two sabers connect and then pull out from each other. That is straight from the Rebels season 2 finale, Twilight of the Apprentice, when Ahsoka fights Vader, and seeing that move it was a little emotional. Just thinking about how much weight that fight had, and yeah, I still remember many years ago watching that fight on my couch. And yeah, that was amazing. Uh, but I mean, there's just so much to talk about here. But uh, the real thing that happens is so Ahsoka, she starts fighting the lady. The lady, she has the Beskar staff, which I think is cool, and she fights him, and then she defeats her, and a little something happens where she says. Hey, where is your master? And then she goes, where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? And I literally was screaming so loud. Like, I rewatched my reaction, and It was a little comedic how I was screaming, but it was so much fun. Just like, dude, Grand Admiral Thrawn, like, this is something that I did not grow up with the character of Grand Admiral Thrawn. I was first introduced to him in Rebels. I mean, I think I had known a little bit about him, but I did not grow up with him the way the people did back in the 80s, reading the books, Heir to the Empire, Timothy Zahn's amazing trilogy. I didn't grow up like that with it. Um, but so she says that, and that is just I am such a Rebels fan. I love the Clone Wars, but I also love Rebels to death. It is right up there with the Clone Wars. Clone Wars is still better, but they're very close, for sure. And so hearing that, obviously fulfilling what we see at the end of Rebels, where they're going to search for Ezra and Thrawn, Sabine and Ahsoka, and that does bring up a fair amount of questions. So did Thrawn escape? Is he still with Ezra? Did Ezra turn to the dark side? What do we got going there? Is Sabine still alive? Why did they stop their mission? But also, I know that that is either a backdoor pilot for Ahsoka's spin-off show, which is in development, or the Rebel sequel series, which should be coming next year or will be announced very soon for sure. Um, but yeah, so I mean, hearing Grand Admiral Thrawn, like this episode was already amazing. It was already amazing, and I went into it thinking, okay, so we're obviously seeing Ahsoka, but maybe there's something else in there. I said maybe we see Luke. Maybe we get a name drop of Luke Skywalker. But dude, I'm sorry, the Thrawn thing. Okay, I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see Luke. But dude, Grand Admiral Thrawn name drop. Are you kidding? That's as good as it gets right there. So yeah, I flipped out when that happened, and then the episode ends, and we Mando is like, okay, time to go, buddy, to Grogu. I'm gonna have to get used to that Grogu, Grogu, Grogu. Um, so because he's gonna go train with Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's like, dude, I cannot take him. He has too much of a connection with you. You love him too. Like I can't break you two apart because it really is like a father-son relationship, and you can tell. Obviously, Mando doesn't have his mask off, but so you can't really see his facial expressions, but you can tell Mando's like, oh man, dude, I gotta let go of this little guy. Are you kidding me? So Ahsoka basically says, "Hey, I'm not training him, dude. You're taking him." But she says, "Take him to the temple." On I forget which planet. I know it's from Legends. I think it's like a in Legends. I think it's where the original the original like first Jedi temple is, but whatever planet that is, and she says to take him there, and there you place Baby Yoda on this rock, and he will be able to commune with someone to find out where his path like will lead him or where what he should do and whatnot. Because he can't obviously speak to Mando, but Ahsoka can understand him through the Force, which I like. That makes sense. And so she says that there's not many Jedi left, which could be interesting because the Jedi that could possibly be around. Obviously, we know Luke Skywalker is around. I would be shocked if she hasn't met Luke or known about Luke, before. But I mean, I think that's fine. But there could be Cal Kestis. Ezra Bridger, we obviously know is out there, but now that she knows she's hunting for Thrawn, maybe Ezra's either dead or Ezra is still missing or turned to the dark side or something. I mean, there's tons of different options for what could have happened to Ezra Bridger and the other Jedi. But yeah, that's basically how the episode ends. This episode is a 10 out of 10 for me. Best episode for Mando by far. And I mean, Rosario Dawson played her spectacularly. I think she's perfectly cast. It did take a little bit, and it still will take a little bit to get used to not having the Ashley Eckstein voice, because Ashley is the one who brought this character to life. and really embodied Ahsoka. And I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with it. I have no problem that they chose somebody else to voice her, and I think it would have been really strange if you hire a big name actress um, like Rosario Dawson to play this character, and you don't have her be the voice. I think people, call back to the mall situation in Solo, where you had Ray Park be the on-screen actor, and then you had Sam Witwer voice him. But I think that's a different case because you only had a little bit of Maul in live action, and even then, Ray Park didn't voice him in live action. It was a different guy, and I think he probably had like 4 or 5 lines in all of the Phantom Menace. So I had no huge problem having Ahsoka be voiced by somebody else. I didn't think that was a problem. I think I might be missing a piece here, or I lost a piece or something. I don't know. But yeah, hold up. Oh, frick, I'm dumb. Okay. Sometimes when I lose Lego pieces, I just literally they're right in front of me, but I'm just blind. So, um, but yes. So yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. But yeah, The Mandalorian is so good. I would say one thing I do feel a little worried about because we have 3 episodes left. We really don't know what's coming in them. I would say three or two hopes I have is one, we gotta get more Moff Gideon. I mean, I know Giancarlo Esposito said he's gonna be in season 3 and 4 a lot, but it's like we can't just keep teasing him. Like we obviously got him legit in episodes 7 and 8. Even then, he was really only in 8. I mean, he was in 7 for like the last 2 minutes. But so we got him a little bit there. We got that hologram in episode 3. We got that pretty mind-boggling scene at the end of last week, which I didn't even talk about last week's episode. Last week's episode was great. I loved it. I just wasn't able to do a live stream last week. I told you guys that on Instagram. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I would say we definitely need more Moff Gideon. Like, why can we not get an episode where it's just all Moff Gideon? Like, I don't understand that. So we need more Moff Gideon, and the guys over at Kessel Run Transmissions said, "Hey, Captain Rex is going to be in this," and I do believe them because they reported on so many different things that have all come true, and I can definitely see Rex coming into the story, but it also feels like they kind of missed their opportunity with having Ahsoka there, so I don't know how else they're gonna bring them into the series. He could be with Sabine, maybe. We'll have to see. But I'd say that is my two hopes: more Moff Gideon and more, uh, or we see Captain Rex. Yeah. So, I mean, the episode though was perfect. Dave Filoni, I just want to thank you so much. You're never gonna watch this probably, but I mean, Dave, you brought this character to life. You and George brought this character to life 12 years ago. At first she wasn't liked. I'll be honest. I didn't love her at first either. She was kind of a bratty teenager Jedi. And then slowly but surely the Clone Wars kept going, and we were like, man, this Ahsoka character, she's really a good character. You know, arcs like the Mortis arc really developed her character. We saw what would happen if she went to the dark side. And then we see the arc where she's betrayed by the Jedi, and that will always be an emotional arc for me to watch. I struggle watching it because seeing these characters that I as a child looked up to as the Jedi just betray someone like they did to Ahsoka and just not believing her, and yeah, I mean that was crazy. And then the show gets canceled, and we're left on a cliffhanger because we obviously didn't see Ahsoka in Revenge of the Sith, so we could only assume she died. And then summer of 2018, were blessed with this announcement that, hey guys, the Clone Wars is returning. And I still remember that day. I was at a sports practice. I got in my car, checked my phone, and it said, I can't remember the exact video. It said Clone Wars trailer, something like that. And dude, I don't. I was like, what? And because I knew the Star Wars Celebration was happening, and I knew there was like a memorial panel, so I was like, oh, it must be a cool little like tribute to the Clone Wars or something like that. I'll check it out. And I didn't watch it like all the way through because I was in my car, but I just watched like a little bit of it without sound, and I just skipped to the end. And the end said hashtag Clone Wars saved, and I was like, what the heck? And so I started looking up all over the place, like, is the Clone Wars back? Is the Clone Wars back? And everyone was saying yes, and I was just freaking out because the best series of all time, was coming back, and then, this year has been horrible for everyone. There's no denying that. It's been a crazy year, but definitely one of the highlights was seeing the Clone Wars season 7, the last 4 episodes. My favorite Star Wars movie of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time, best animated show of all time, best TV show of all time. I mean, yeah, those last 4 episodes, I cannot describe how good they are. I'm actually gonna watch the 4-hour supercut of that and Revenge of the Sith very soon, which I'm very excited to watch. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, so the Clone Wars came back, and then I still remember that day in March. I I actually slept in pretty late, but when I was checking my phone once I woke up, I was scrolling through Twitter, just as you do, and I think the first place I saw was from Fandom. It's like a site that just reports other stuff, pop culture stuff, and I just like saw it, and I was like, Rosario Dawson cast as Ahsoka Tano in Mandalorian season 2. And I kind of read it. I read it again. I checked some other sources, and then I was like, holy crap, this is real. And I just started running around my house, and everyone was like, what are you doing, James? And I was freaking out. And then the wait, we waited so long, and I got a little skeptical sometime, during the trailers. We never saw her in the trailers, so I was like, oh, wait, what if she's not in it? And then she shows up in this episode, and it's perfect. Rosario Dawson did an amazing job, both honoring the character but also putting a new spin on the character, in a sense. And yeah, so like I said, this episode 10 out of 10, best Mandalorian episode by far for me. Many many things were screamed. Last night, I some tears were very close to coming out. Yeah, I just don't even know what to expect from the rest of the season. I think it's going to be amazing. I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be amazing. But yeah, guys, so sadly, there was literally no one here. So I just talked to literally no one for the last like 40 minutes. That's kind of sad. Last 20 or 30 minutes. I do think, I don't know if you guys are watching this, or obviously you're not, but I think there's something broken with YouTube's notification system for me. I'm gonna have to do some tinkering and whatnot. But the live streams just don't show up, I think. So I apologize for that, guys. I'll try to get it figured out by the next live stream. Uh, and I do know, guys, content is sparse, and it's my fault. And yeah, I can't make any promises anymore when it'll come, but it'll come. Don't worry, it'll be there. Follow me on my social medias, Instagram and Twitter, linked in the description. I'm definitely active on there if you guys want to check me out over there. Don't worry, I'm posting stuff there all the time. Content will return. I'll just say that it will return. Not saying when, not saying in what form or whatever, but it will return. Don't worry, the channel is not dead. You guys are watching this live stream right now, so obviously it's not dead. But yeah, so those were my thoughts on Ahsoka Tano herself coming to live action in this week's episode of The Mandalorian. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Whoops, did not mean to do that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great day. You know what? I am gonna leave you guys with an Ahsoka quote here. One sec. Hold up. Gotta find it on my phone here. Also, one thing, if you guys want to check out Beyond the Bricks Creations for Charity live stream, they're doing a 24-hour live stream on their channel. Go check that out. That would be really appreciative. That if you could do that for me. I should be there for a little bit. I'm not gonna be on the actual live stream because I forgot to register. My fault. I will be in the chat though, hopefully for a little bit. If you guys wanna come hang out with us over there, it's for a great cause. So yes, one sec. Hold up. Gotta find this right here. Okie dokie, guys. This is a quote from Ahsoka Tano in the Ahsoka Walkabout arc from the last season of the Clone Wars. In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what. Ahsoka Tano. I'm just gonna leave that there. Yeah, so hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, guys. Bye.